What's up? What's up? Just have to do like a few announcements here and there, so I'm just gonna make the announcement on my Discord. Let me go here. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's go on my stream. All right, just have to make few announcements on my Discord and on Twitter, and then we should be good to go. What's up? WhatsApp and Facebook. I just have to do Twitter and Discord. That's it, man. I don't have any type of motion anywhere else. Live right now. Let's talk trading. Join up, Gangi. Join up, Gangi. Oh god. Wait. Oh shit. At everyone. And then let me just do this and post that shit on. Let me post that on Twitter. But what is this range actually? This was a good day in the beginning. Really good day. Incredible price action, I would say. Like 3 good opportunities to go short from. Short here, short around the 07s, 05s, and another short here. This was based on the unfilled only trade that was possible. So I'll also show you guys my journal and the trades that I took this week. You guys are gonna be pretty stoked with my journal. You're gonna be like, holy shit. So I don't know how to do timestamp participants. No. How do I make a how do I know how many people are in my chat without where's the timestamp? Oh, 123, okay. No, I don't need that. Top fans. Help me. Right, chill, bro. You want to see my journal this week? Yeah, show me, bro. 100%, show me. 2 seconds, I just have to do the post on Twitter and we're good. And then we're gonna yap session, yep. I'm gonna show you also my journal. Join up, Gangi. All right. So what am I seeing right now? The only thing I'm seeing with this chart is I think price is gonna go to the upside, tap 73 because of the fact that this H1 has no upwick. And when an H1 candle or any candles have no upwick and it goes down first, it means that this is possibly the creation of a manipulation, basically, because almost no candles have no upwick or no downwick, which means that price has a lot of chances of popping this opening price to form the upwick of this candle. So right now I'm leaning extremely bullish, and I would use these order blocks, inversions, breakers as good areas to see bounces from in order to find that opening price, which is also called, I think in ICT terms, it's called like devil's mark. I think it's like a new concept, but it's basically the opening price of a higher time frame candle that has no upwick or downwick. So here in this case, you see this hourly candle opened up, went to lower first here to sweep some sort of liquidity, and also to form a nice manipulation leg, right? Nice manipulation leg here from the hourly open. So this is how you generate sellers. You break structure to the downside, figure them all out, and then goodbye opportunity, and this would be your target. So any pullbacks here towards this breaker could be a really good trade to see some upside, 100%. The question is, how deep could we pull back if we get any pullbacks? Because it looks like price just wants to go to the upside aggressively right now. I'm on your team for the competition. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate y'all. That's huge. Hopefully we're gonna be able to bring it home. Definitely something I'm looking to take extremely serious and try to win it. I'm gonna try to win it for sure, but I'm gonna need to adapt my approach. Gonna need to scale up a time frame, go on the 4-hour daily, and try to predict a little bit more than react. So the play style is gonna be adjusted to trying to make the biggest amount of profits in a small amount of time, which is only high risk reward could give you that. So that's pretty much it. How many are we? How many are we on the stream? Not too many right now. All right. So I'm gonna share also my journal and how's my account looking like right now. I think a lot of people want to see that because I didn't give any updates. So you see here, price went back to pop the opening price of that hourly candle. So you see now we have an hourly upwick, so which could give you the bias and understand why a breaker would hold, why an inversion would work, why an order block would work. Always have a higher time frame reasoning on why you should enter on a lower time frame break of structure, break or anything. Let me see here. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. So, all right, I'm just gonna make. Okay, I'm gonna put this page on here and show y'all my account balance, the trade that I took, and overall my P&L. So here we go. Let me just do this window here. It's Google Chrome. I'll wait. It doesn't show up right now, so I'll wait a little bit. But it's definitely looking good. I know it's not usually like that, and right now I'm having a really good month so far. Definitely did make some mistakes and a lot of stuff I could work on 100% overall, but still pretty happy with the performance and the the overall account that I have right now, account balance. Why is it this? Okay, I'm just, you know what? I'm just gonna do it with this screen. It's gonna be better for me. Okay, no. Okay, no, it's good. All right, so I'm gonna switch screens. So here we go. Just put it here on the left. All right. So this is my my journal. This is how much I'm up on the month. So, yo, bro, please stop, man. I'm gonna ban you on God. Please, bro. Yo, Psychology 2H, stop doing that shit. I swear to God, I'm gonna ban you. Bro, chill the fuck out. Oh my God, bro. I time your ass out. Get the fuck out of here, bro. All right, guys. So, right now, currently on those accounts, I took 11 trades, 10-1, right? Up 6,729 bucks on 5 accounts right here. So leader, yeah, this is the leader, and this is 4 copy traded accounts, right? Behind. Average win loss, it says 0.77 because I took a max size loss basically on Friday, which was 1,000. I have trades that are bigger than 1,000, but I don't know why it does that. Really, I think my average win could be 700. I don't know. I think I got bigger wins than that usually, but maybe. So here, let's go around and look at those stats. So 90% win rate, 10 wins, 1 loss. Average risk to reward or average win loss 0.77. Definitely looks like my trading system. Then I have what is it? I don't know exactly what's the profit factor. Profit factor, if I had to guess, I think is how much I won overall on this account and how much I lost overall on this account. So I lost 1,000 and I won 7,741, which equals to 6,729. Then this is not really important. Okay, average trade duration 5 minutes and 47 seconds. Great, this is exactly what I want. Then so I don't trade for a lot of time. Usually it's in and out pretty quick. Then right here is the P&L. So you see 1 trade. I don't know why it says 2 trades, but I swear to God I took 1 trade on that day. I think I added to my position, and maybe this on the Project X journal, but I swear on everything I love I took 1 trade. Okay. And I can guarantee that to you. So every single day I took 1 trade and I walked away, and it truly is a huge game changer. Why? It's because there was days here where, let's say here, this day, I took 1 loss and I had a setup right after, and it was again another loss. And I know that what triggers me having a low risk to reward is the fact that let's say if I take 3 losers in a row, 4 losers in a row, I am in a bad position. It doesn't happen too often, but I know I'm in a bad position. So knowing this, I rather take a loss, walk away for the day, than take 2, 3, full size losses, and have to deal with psychology issues. I know what triggers me as a trader, so I just don't want to have to deal with it. Okay, so here every single day I took 1 trade, walked away. There was few days here, you see this is a 1.2k win, $800 win, 1.2, so almost 1.3, 1k, almost 1k, 728, 788, minus 1k, plus 859. What happened basically on those 3 days, 22nd, 23rd, 30th, and 15th, they were lower probability trades. I was risking less than on the 14th, 16th, 17th, and 21st. Okay, 24th it was an A plus, so I took a full size loss. And yeah, looking back at the data, let's say, and looking back at my results, you could say, oh, if you had the same size every time, then you would have already gotten the payout. Yes, maybe, but one thing I know is that those days I wouldn't have been comfortable losing 1.2k or 1.1k on the type of setups that I took. I knew basically what I was getting myself into. So knowing this, I don't want to be risking the same amount depending on if the trade is good or bad. So let's say in this case, decided to risk around 850 to make 850, and I could have risked 1.2, but today there was few things, let's say, on the setup that I took that I didn't really like. So this is why I sized down. And don't be scared to size down, or don't be scared to, don't take a full, not taking a full win basically because the setup that you see in front of you is not A plus. So currently in a pretty good position, following my plan and not being greedy at all. I was greedy in the beginning of that month, and I'm gonna show you guys the journal at the end of the month because I had one hell of a loss, losing day. It was a day where I lost 19,000. So I'll show you guys the journal at the end of the month, and definitely will get a lot of attraction, I know. But yeah, this is currently my P&L and my account balances for the people who were wondering. Then yeah, so right now we're just gonna hop back in front of the chart, and we're gonna see if we could take any positions. I took this short opportunity on this account right here, ended up taking all my profits around 1138, and the reason why is because ES swept the low while NQ couldn't sweep this low, so I knew it was a potential area where we could see a nice bounce, and I did not want to see us getting back towards our break-even spot here, so I just decided to take out my profits here. So this was it. I shared also the trade that I took on Twitter, so if you guys want to see it and ask questions about it, feel free to do so. I'm gonna respond to some questions. Do you have a live account? Yeah, I have a live account. It doesn't have a lot of money in it though. I wish to be like you because it needs super good analysis and confidence to take a trade and make such money. I think you just need to realize how you need to approach stuff depending on if you chose to be a live trader or a live account trader or a prop firm trader. And it's extremely important because these are two different things overall, and it makes the whole difference when you understand those kind of stuff. If you want to fully focus on being a live trader and taking your own capital to grow it, then the systems that will bring you the most amount of money are possibly not going to be systems that are going to work as well on prop firms. There is different criterias, there is a different drawdown. It's totally different. Being a good prop firm trader is totally different than being a good live trader, in my opinion. So you need to know what you're getting yourself into. Do you want to be for now, let's say, do you want to develop a system where you are a professional prop firm trader? I know it sounds weird, but definitely it is what it is. Either that, or you're developing a system to maximize your returns on a live account. And I would say trading low risk to reward, trading something that has a clear target that I get out of my position. I know exactly where I enter, exactly where I trim my stop loss back to the most recent high, trim my stop loss to break even, and having a set of rules that I never, ever, ever deviate from. This is what's going to make the difference. and a lot of you guys have really good strategies, I would say, and really good like ways to read price. And but a lot of you also are focused on frequency, putting in one trade, 3 trades a day, and trying to get that payout in 2 weeks, when in reality it's hard, man. It's hard, and I talked about it a lot. It is not easy to get a payout every single month. The market doesn't have a win streak for you, and it's not because you win that you did something right, and it's not because you lose that you did something wrong. In trading, you could be rewarded for not following your plan, but you could also lose for even if you're following your plan. So yeah, so that's what I would say. Analysis is extremely important for prop firms. I would say like trading accounts with low drawdown and strict rules, consistency rules, copy traded accounts. You need to know when you get out of the trade, when to cut it out, when when to look at lower time frames. If you try to just go with the flow and trade with vibes, it's gonna be hard for sure, because this is a game where you could get 2-3 payouts with luck, or 2-3 payouts with a system that is not that good, but you will soon enough you will give that money back to the market. It's like shooting in basketball. Like you could shot the ball like 10 times and get 9 of them in a 3-point, but keep shooting for 1,000 times. You'll see if you can have a 90% strike rate, basically. So do you trade only there's so many comments I didn't read, bro. Holy shit. 2 seconds. I just want to know how many people are there. But yeah, it's the overall approach, man. It's the overall understanding of, okay, I'm a prop firm trader, or I want to maximize my profits as a prop firm trader, rather than I'm gonna trade a high risk to reward because this is what makes the most amount of sense. Of course, it makes sense, but is what you're doing truly profitable? So I'm gonna go through some questions. Amos, what is that 0.77? I lost 1K on a trade, and it says that my average win on a trade is $770, which gives me a risk to reward of 0.77. It says that because I took a full size loss, basically on an A plus setup, so I was risking a little bit more. This is what it says basically. Tradeify hoodie looks fire. Appreciate you. I guess it's Ricky. Appreciate you, my brother. Go check him out. If Ricky is still there, Ricky is a guy that I met in Tradeify, in the Tradeify New York meetup, and I think he just reached 100K, a little bit more than 100K in payouts. So congrats to him. I made a post on my Discord, and I retweeted him also on Instagram. Good stuff, my brother. Really, really proud of you. Insane results. Appreciate you. How many points per trade or contracts? I don't trade based on points. I trade based on targets. So I'll always have a structural target on the chart. Let's say I'm going long here. It's because I know that statistically we have more chances of seeing the high than the low inside the range. So I'm gonna put my stop loss below a low and take my profits a little bit above the high. But the entry is just the last thing I worry about, because the whole analysis behind why I took the trade is really the most important thing, I would say. I don't know why it says 100% day win. I mean, it could be for the week. I don't know, because I lost one day, and it shows that I lost one day. You would have had an easy payout on a 100K account. I wouldn't have risked the same. I would have never risked the same, because I don't have a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4. So just post it on the Discord, Queen Trader. I don't like to to add people on Discord, because there's so many fake accounts of mine that you could potentially be fooled by someone else. I don't add anyone on Discord, or I don't talk to anyone on Discord rather than just my normal PFT Discord, basically PFT community. How did you learn to manage your emotions, and how long did it take you to become profitable? Manage my emotions, it's still something I have to deal with every single day. It's not something that is easy. It's usually the emotions kick in when stuff are not going too well. So I would say it's a forever learning curve, let's say, in terms of psychology. There is moments where you're going to be really able to control your creeping inside your head. Shit. I just lagged. GG's. Did I just lag? I think I just lagged, guys. Do you guys hear me? But yeah, it's really about having a mechanical approach and not giving too much room for basically bad thoughts creeping inside your head, telling you that you shouldn't have taken this trade. And this is what really happens when you have a lot of discretion in your system. So I would say this is what really makes the difference. What do you think, long or short? Right now, I don't think, right now, price is unreadable. It's impossible to read. Like I said in the Tradeify TV live, I have this level 182, and I have also the 42, 942. So when either one of these levels get tapped, I will have a clear bias and a clear thought about price action. But right now, it's impossible, because we formed a range inside this 45-minute mark, basically at starting from 9:30 all the way to 10:15, and we have been trading inside this range for the past 3 hours. So what's my PNL on the day? It's what is it? It's 859, so $4,295. Yeah, so right now, let's just talk trading rather than trade, because price action looks so dog shit. Yeah, just ask me questions about anything, really, like trade management, risk to reward, psychology, anything. I got you. Let me just gonna come back in like 30 seconds. All right, my fault. I don't know, the setup is not as clean as the other one. I'm sorry, but the Wi-Fi upstairs is just so S. So I needed to go back downstairs on the OG setup. If you remember, this is the OG setup. Not exactly the same same cam and stuff, but same layout, but definitely went back to the OG setup. Do you think the biggest challenge when managing multiple prop firm futures accounts is technicals, mindset, or risk management? I'll say this. In my opinion, the biggest problem with most people is that they think getting a payout in 1 month is easy, because they're comparing themselves to people who are over leveraging on social media. This is really where a lot of people go wrong, is that the comparison they're doing on Twitter, on YouTube, and with different people in the social media space, they really think, I think you guys have been brainwashed into thinking that getting a payout every month is easy, or getting a payout every 2 weeks is easy, when in reality it's not. It's not, okay? And the reason why it's not is because, yes, okay, let's go back to the basics. Let's say you buy a 50K account, you have 2K drawdown. Of course, making 2K is easy when you're risking 2K, but is making 2K with $200 of risk per trade easy? It becomes a little bit harder, because now you have what we call good risk management. You're risking to, let's say, 10% of your account every single trade. Maybe you get into a month where you were only up 5 Rs, so you were up $1,000 on that 2K profit target. Does that mean that you're a bad trader just because you were up 5 Rs? No. You made 5% of your account. You're a really good trader. Keep going. Keep trading the same exact way because you're profitable. But the concept of trying to get a payout every single week, every single 2 weeks is really the thing that will make the difference between getting consistent payouts and you being in a vicious cycle of blowing accounts and not seeing yourself being able to do it for a living. And yeah, it's really the patience and understanding that there's no other ways to do it but the slow way. And for me, I say that to my community and everyone, it takes me a month and a half, 2 months, sometimes even 3 months to get a payout. But what do? I make sure that I'm trading enough accounts in order for me to be satisfied with the amount of money that I'm getting, even if it takes me 3 months to get the payout. It shouldn't take me more than 3 months. All right, let's be honest. But I'm making sure that I'm trading enough accounts so I'm comfortable with getting the payout after 3 months. And this is an approach where, because I'm depending on the type of person that you are, I hate blowing accounts. And it's true. I just hate blowing accounts. I hate trying to go too fast. I hate taking big losses, you know. And if you're someone who's a little bit more risk averse and who don't want to, you know, get into all that BS of sim farming and just buying accounts and blowing them and then redo it again, and maybe after the 5th try I get the payout, because I'm not like that. You know, I'm not like that, and I hate this kind of approach because really, you're not setting yourself up for the future. Okay, you're not showing yourself that you have the discipline in order to make this for a living. This is always the thing. If you try every single day to just follow your rules and be 1% better and really like never deviating from your plan, after 2 years, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, damn, now I know what I need to work on. Now I know what are my strengths, my weaknesses. I know exactly how I need to operate in order to make my system better. It's a full-on process, man. It's not something that you could do in 6 months, you know. And it's a challenge forever, you know, battle with your psychology, risk management. But I would say what triggers all those points, bad risk management, bad psychology, is first you not having the skill, so not having the edge in the first place. If you don't have the edge, you're never going to have a good psychology, never going to have anything. You don't have the skill. You don't know how to shoot the ball. You don't know how to, you know, handle the ball. You don't have any IQ to pass to your teammates. It's exactly the same thing in sports. So, yeah, first have the skill. Second, be patient and stop comparing yourself. Hopefully this was but for me, it's like the most complete answer I can give you, because it was the same thing for me. It was when I understood that, okay, hey Moss, what people are doing on social media or what people are doing overall, when I'm comparing myself to them, they're possibly gambling. I'm trying to replicate a gambler's fucking results. It's impossible. It's impossible to replicate a gambler's results because at one point he's gonna hit his slot. Like, he's gonna hit his luck and he's gonna get a big payout. But do I want to be this guy who's always in denial and always stressed because I need that next trade to work out, or I just lost 5K? No. So patience. Exactly. Which macro time or time window to trade in high probability, AM or PM? Both. I trade both. The reason why I trade both is because I don't think there is a good opportunity every single day in the AM session. And if I force myself to trade in that time window, then I'll possibly be forcing trades that are not respecting my overall framework, respecting my overall way of thinking. Knowing this, I know it will trigger me, give me bad psychology, give me bad results, and make me go nowhere. So, yeah, hopefully I responded to your question. Talk about your journey becoming profitable. What trading style have you tried? What works? What didn't? How long did it take you to have your first payout? How long? Okay, good question. First payout I ever got was 4 months after starting trading. I started trading. I started back then, like 2022. Didn't take it too seriously. I got my first ever payout, I think, around like early 2023. Okay, early 2023. It was I think 6K payout with a model, a scalping model that I tried for myself, that I basically developed myself without looking at any videos. Basically, I looked at videos for sure. I knew all the concepts back then for sure. It's been a long time that I knew them, but I always had the perspective of I can't do what most people are doing, because if 95% of people are losers, they're possibly all looking at the same shit. So I need to distance myself from those people and the masses. So like, I always had the mindset of, if I'm going to have a strategy, it's going to be my own strategy that I backtested on my own with my results and my way of thinking, rather than someone else's way of thinking. And maybe it could be lying to me on the results of the strategy, and I'm going to be wasting 2 years of my life for no reason. So I always had that mindset of, let me find my own strategy that works for me, and I will adapt it in the rules that I'll have for myself. So then after 3-4 months into trading, I got a 6K payout, gave it all back to the market because I was trading a strategy that wasn't really profitable. Okay, and I learned that the hard way. I had no trades for literally 3 weeks sometimes, and even if it was a system based on the 30-second. So then adapted it, tried everything, man. At this point, when I saw that my strategy didn't work, I was like, you know what, let me go. This is what I said to myself. I said, you know what, let me go the professional way. All right, this is exactly what I said. I was with my brother the whole way. So I said, let me go the professional way. I looked at Umar. Everyone, let's say, who was big back then, that was looking like someone who I wanted to associate myself with, okay? Because I did not want to associate myself with anyone who had like brain rot content, or content where they were dancing or doing weird stuff just to get views and claiming that they were trading. I knew that trading was extremely hard since the beginning, and it was a real profession. Knowing this, I wanted to associate myself with people who were big people in the game and had proven track records. Then I saw they were all trading the same thing, which is called order flow. They were also trading TPO chart, footprint chart, all of this. So I tried this for 4 months. Then I was getting really good at it, and basically the thing that happened is that I was understanding why price would move from here to here on the 1 minute chart, but I did not understand why price if price pulled back here, why would it go there? I only saw up moves, all right, buyers. Down moves, all right, sellers. Up moves, all right, buyers are stronger. But the real question is, when you pull back, are the buyers going to hold in order to create a new high? And why would we create a new high here? What are the odds of us creating a new high here? And I knew, basically looking at this approach, and I tried it, I understood at that point when I was looking at order flow, footprint, TPO, volume profile, I understood that the only way to become profitable is to give your all into a framework, to give your all into an overall understanding of the market mechanics and how price would go on the higher time frame. Why would price go there on the higher time frame? Why would price rebalance towards a certain area based on a higher time frame candle? So then I stopped doing order flow to basically understand the market to a bigger extent and understand why those moves were happening, instead of just looking at aggressive buying, aggressive selling, and levels to see bounces from. Okay, because basically what order flow teaches you is that price is an auction. Okay, the market is an auction. It's called the market auction theory, and basically 70% of the volume traded is in a how do I say that in English? Loi normale. It's a normal distribution. In a normal distribution, and if those extremes in those normal distributions are levels, basically called value areas, and you could see bounces from them, and the middle part is point of control. All this just to let you know that there's levels that we could potentially see bounces from, etc., but it was not giving me a good understanding of why price would go there. Why would I anticipate price going to a certain area? I understood ICT way before I tried order flow. So when I was trading order flow, like, I was seeing ICT stuff work way more, and I would be positioning myself on the order flow chart based on what I knew on ICT. And when I understood the concept of displacement and aggressive buying and fair value gaps, I just knew that the order flow chart was not going to give me an advantage in any sort of ways if I didn't understand why price would go somewhere. So I stopped doing that. I don't regret doing that for it's been amazing. And most of the way that I would approach things with students, let's say, I hate to call them students because I don't portray myself as a teacher. I portray myself as a brother, I would say. But most of the stuff, how I try to basically make people understand why a certain move happens, is because of the market auction theory, and is because of what I did in the past. So I'm truly grateful still for trying to do the order flow and get good at order flow. And I still have that in mind sometimes, like, how far would I be if I was still trading order flow, or how would I be trading right now? Then I stopped doing order flow. I did everything after that. I tried, supply and demand, volume profile, VWAP, this, that, everything. I tried everything, and nothing worked for me until I really understood that concept of you need to be a scalper and a low risk to reward trader in order to become the best prop firm trader ever. And when I stopped trading 1 to 2s, 1 to 3s, 1 to 4s, which is what most people will tell you to do, then this is where I saw some real growth, some real progress, and a real strike rate. And then following up, I found a framework that was really good with my brother. Kept refining it every single day. Did not have the same set of rules that I have right now, and definitely did have doubts in that system multiple times through loss streaks, and trying to better the risk to reward, and trying to compare myself to others, really. But at the end, after years, after a lot of backtesting, after hours and hours and hours, you understand that, exactly like this morning someone said, it's how you manage your system that has proven to be profitable in backtesting that is going to make you profitable. Can you take a drawdown, or can you really handle a drawdown of 2 months and still trade the same exact approach, knowing that eventually you'll get out of that drawdown because that system has proven to you that it works? So it's really a concept also in our normal lives. And I will say this: most people think they have values. Most people think they're courageous. They have, they're stoic. But you never know all those things before you're being tested. Okay? How do you know you're a loyal guy if no woman ever approaches you? You cannot claim to be loyal, or you cannot claim to be righteous if you've never been tested. And it's the exact same thing in trading. You can't call yourself a good trader. You can't call yourself, you can't tell that your strategy actually works or you're a profitable trader until you went through the storm, and that storm will make you act a certain way. And most people during the storm, okay, will act as, they will literally self-sabotage themselves to a point where they will give up on a lot of great value and a lot of things in their system that were actually working just because they couldn't handle the smoke. And yeah, I would say understanding this also was a big part. It's like, bro, no strategy is ever gonna give you a 100% strike rate, ever gonna give you like, you can't just trade a system with your eyes closed and it's gonna hit target all the time. Bro, spitting facts on a great cold rainy day. Oh god, the day before Halloween, man. But it's really how can you handle stuff. And I always said this, I said this on Tradeify TV, most people don't know what a drawdown is. I swear to God. It's like, you think you know what a drawdown is. You don't know, bro. You don't know until you really went through that storm and 3 losing months in a row. And right now, you're going to start asking yourself questions. You're going to be like, damn, does my system actually work? Or is my way of framing stuff the right way right now to trade? But if you're smart enough, if you have the data that shows you, man, please keep trading that system, because the reward is going to be big if you don't deviate from your plan. Then and only then you're going to be a successful trader. It's understanding the aspect of drawdown and understanding that when you become profitable, you don't win all days, or you don't. It's really this. It's like it's not. It's so hard in trading to. It's not even human. It's not normal human behavior to keep doing the same thing, even if you're losing. Because when we lose, us humans, we usually see that as we didn't do something right. Our approach is wrong, because probabilities and statistics are hard for us to understand long term. We usually have a short term vision. Is it working right now? Is it this? Is it that? And also, one thing I'll say is that we're possibly in the moment in life where it's the easiest to become profitable because of the amount of information that is out there, good information that is out there, backtesting software, journaling softwares, prop firms, the amount of resources there is in order for us to become profitable and become good traders. But there was never been a time in the human history that has also been the hardest because of how we're carrying ourselves right now. What do I mean by this? Nowadays, we have all sorts of distractions. We have what we call instant gratification. You open TikTok, you're going to have a laugh, okay? You want to talk to someone, just call them. Every time you want something, it's just so easy, so close to you, so easily attainable. But when you go into something like trading and you go into trading with that same mindset of instant gratification and I want to see stuff working right now, or I'm getting the fuck out of that business model, you're never going to touch a dime. You know? So it's like a whole it's a whole journey, man. It's so many things you need to realize as a person. And yeah, man. It's the strategy is extremely important. If I will say this, the strategy is here in terms of understanding, because after that there is other branches and stuff that are going to make you profitable, risk management, psychology. But if you don't have this, you could have the biggest brain, the highest IQ, the best risk management. You could be a monk, but you're never going to be able to pay the bills. And accountability also is something. Do you do TikTok dances after you have a good trading day? Nah. But I mean, I'm still happy. You know, I'm in the mindset where, you know, if I win, I'm still happy. I'm like, yeah, let's go. And if I lose, I'm not sad, but I'm not like, yeah, let's go. All right. I still try to understand if I went wrong somewhere, if I could have potentially waited a little bit more before my entry. But if I know I didn't do anything wrong and I respect my plan to the T, then it's all good. You know, go next. You know, last week I was 2 trades away from getting the payout, a $15,000 payout, which would have put me in a position where, you know, I'm not too close from being in a live account, let's say, because once you get those, let's say, 2 payouts, then you're not too far away. But you know, I took a loss, $1,000 loss. Now 3 trades away. It's all good, man. It's, if you think, if I tell myself I need to get that payout at the end of the month and the market doesn't have that for me, this is how you're going to blow your account. Not accepting a break-even streak, trying to turn that into a 10K month, you're dead. You're literally 100% dead. There's no way for you to survive a drawdown by just clicking the button and doubling down on your losses. A lot of comments. I check your general chat. Thank you, Amos. Really helpful this stream. I needed it. Yeah, man. Appreciate you, bro. Amos, you should write a book on trading psychology. I don't know about that. How you have so much knowledge at a young age. I always love to watch your streams. I appreciate you. Age is just a number, I will say, man. I hate when people talk about age. And of course, I'll be potentially a better trader with age. But I will say it's not really the age that will make a difference, or the amount of years that you've been trading. A lot of people have been trading for 5, 6, 7 years, but I would potentially say that not necessarily I have more knowledge, but I carry myself in a better way because of how much focus I had during my 4 years or my 3 years and 8 months. You know, if you're all in on something and it's the only thing you're thinking about the whole day for 3 years straight, it's really different than, you know, doing something for 8 years, but doing it on and off every time. You know, if you truly do something 12 hours a day for 3 years, you're going to be better than someone who's been doing it for 15, but on and off. Absolutely. So I would say, like, trying my best every day trying your best every day for 3 years is really valuable, and trying to get better. It's like, just showing up isn't enough. You know, it's like you playing a video game and try to be better. If you just show up every single day and play the game, you're not going to be there's going to be a plateau. There's going to be somewhere in time that you're going to reach the maximum level you could reach without putting in more efforts. Like, you need to start putting in more efforts, or you need to start doing extra analysis. Let's say it's just like a chess game. Let's say you want to be good at chess. All right. If you just play chess without VOD reviewing, without looking back at your games and where you went wrong and trying to come up with strategies and ways of, being a little bit ahead, like there's no way for you to get better at a certain point if you just keep playing. And I think this is also one thing that happens is that I'm all in with the, when you find your strategy, don't look away. Okay, don't try to strategy hop or don't go too far. Okay, stay inside the realm of your strategy and don't try to go looking at other stuff that are way too complicated and have an extra learning curve. But you still need to put some pressure. You need to put some efforts into your strategy, trying to come up with something that would potentially help the win rate, help the risk management, help your psychology overall every single day. Shit, I did bench press yesterday, a little bit too heavy, and my neck is cooked. Ooh. W comments though, like the talk we've been having, insane. I love it. Brother, your macro time. Right, I think I responded like 7 times. Mohammed, I said I trade New York AM and PM session. The reason why I said it's because I don't want to have a time window to only look at the chart. I look at the chart the whole day. Usually I put alarms on levels and I put alarms at certain timings, knowing that something could happen. I don't know if he's trolling. I don't think so. I think like maybe he just didn't hear. Okay, really good question here we have from IV. Hi Amos, what do you think about negative risk to reward ratio? For example, risk 1 to take profit 0.5. According to my statistics, it brings me 7 to 9 hours in profits per month. Okay, let me talk about this. Okay, because I'm the negative risk to reward demon here. Because like my risk to reward is initially when I enter a trade, it's like 0.9, usually 0.8, 0.9. Then I trim my stop loss and it becomes a 1.2, 1.3, 1 to 1. Usually, because I don't know how big the manipulation leg is going to be. I know price has this amount of chances of seeing the high or the low based on the framework, but I don't know how deep the retracement is actually going to be in the beginning. So that's why I let a bigger room to breathe for my trade. What I think about this, 0.5 risk to reward, I truly don't think, I truly think you're going to have a lot of success in prop firms. Negative risk to reward is something that is incredible in prop firms. Why? Because let's say this. If you have a 0.5 risk to reward, then your chances of winning are almost 70 to 80% just statistically without even having an edge. Okay, based on the distance that you need to make in order to hit your take profit rather than your stop loss. Okay, it's around 75, I would say. Okay. Knowing this, if you had extra edge, you had extra confluences, you had this, you had that, then you could bring that up to 80, 85. And that would make sense. You could have an 85% win rate with a 0.5 risk to reward because the risk to reward is negative, and statistically it makes sense. Having an 85% win rate with something that is higher than a 1-to-1, I don't know if you guys knew that, but it's impossible. Okay, statistically impossible. Knowing this, you're gonna do really good in prop firms. Okay, but I don't think you're gonna do really good in a live account. Why is that? It's because of the drawdown, the distance to your drawdown, and the maximum. Basically, what is your account size? The thing is when you have a 0.5, there is moments in time in trading. I don't care what's your data. There will be time in trading that first you're gonna have issues with your own self, either psychology, either you're gonna make an execution mistake, you're gonna miss out on 1-2 trades in a week, this, that. You're not gonna be perfect. Knowing this, This small little thing that I just said will make the whole difference, by the way, with the 0.5. You don't have, the smaller your risk to reward, the less room you have for mistakes. That's first. Second, if you ever come past a losing streak, the amount of doubt and the amount of struggles you will have to deal with when you're trading real capital, let's say, or even prop firms, you will definitely have a hard time. So anything that is really lower than, I would say, 0.8, 1 to 1 leaves no room whatsoever for a loss streak, nor for execution mistakes, psychology mistakes, etc. You need to be perfect. And knowing this with the data, with the knowledge that I have, sometimes the market doesn't care about your strategy. Sometimes the market will do everything but your strategy, or will go everywhere but to your target. Knowing that there's going to be drawdown streaks, a drawdown streak of, I would say, with a 0.5, you could go into a 6, 7, 8 trade losing streak that will kill your account. So I would say prop firms, you're going to do good because it's a business and you're always making more than what you initially invested with a payout. But with a live account, it's hard. I would say, man, it's really hard. Any giveaways? No. Giveaway starts on November 1st. So hopefully I answered your question. Who was it? Who did ask that? It was like IV something. Oh shit. So hopefully what I said was, I have statistics for my trades since May. All the months have been profitable. Yes, I don't make a lot, but I'm consistent. Up to you. I truly think that it's really hard. It's a hard system to, you hit your target a lot, but it's a hard system to manage when you start being in a losing streak, and depending on your overall approach with prop firms. I really don't like something lower than 0.8, because the overall answer that I'm going to have for you is that, let's say right now you're basing yourself off of something that has data from May to now. Okay, May, June, July, August, September, October, 6 months. Do you think 6 months is enough to give you a clear view of the overall return of the model? 6 months is too low. You need at least 2-3 years. Brother, every month you're avoiding days for low probability days. Yeah, because it's not necessarily low probability days. It's like the way that I read the market, looking at my candles. If price is not distributing or like aggressive in some sort of direction, then I don't have any trades. So it gives me almost no room for me to enter on a trade that would end up chopping for 35 minutes or 40 minutes, you know? So it's because I frame my trade based on the 15, the hourly, the 4 hour, let's say, usually the 15 and the hourly. So knowing that I need an hourly range or a 15-minute range, then if it's chopping, I'm not scaling down to the 1 minute chart. The mistake that people are making is that they scale down to the 1 minute chart, taking the first breaker that they see with an SMT at London high, predicting a 1 to 4. But in reality, is that really the moment you should look for a trade just because it's doing this on the 1? I don't know because I tried it, but it never worked for me. Statistically, if you don't use 50% of discretion in those kind of systems, I don't know if you can be profitable. It's not that easy. Everyone would be profitable with that kind of system. You know what I'm saying? I will say this. Try to come up with your own strategy. Come up with a framework that works, possibly from someone else, but come up with your own strategy. Try to think outside the box. Try to think like, okay, 95% of people are doing this? Is anyone really seeing like extremely good success with that? And if the answer is possibly not, then try to tweak it in a way where you could have some edge in it. I always think with this view. It's like I said this, it's like an edge is like gold. It's digging gold. If everyone is digging at the same mine, there's going to be no gold for you. The edge, like if there is 1,000 people inside the mine digging for that gold, you might walk away with $30 worth of gold, you know. But if you're going, you with your 3 friends in another mine where nobody ever talked about that shit, you could potentially like find something pretty interesting. It's exactly the same thing I say this. It's like an edge is a secret route on the highway. Like if everyone knows, let's say there's a lot of traffic usually before you're going to work, but there's a right lane, a special right lane where nobody knows about, that you start taking and you get to work in 5 minutes. If everyone starts knowing about that right lane, there will be traffic there. You know, it's the same thing. Like you need to do something on your own that most people will not be doing potentially. Can you check your Discord general chat? Yeah, I'll do it. Let me just pull that shit out. You see, like right now, I swear. You see the quality of my stream? You see the quality of my stream right now? It's way better. Like, I literally had Wi-Fi connections problems actually. Like, it's crazy right now. Do you guys see my face? And do you guys see my like how clear it is? Damn. Okay, right now it's really clean and clear, and like right now I have a good stream. It was really Wi-Fi connection problems. So happy I respect size and strategy and make you deleted it, GG's. Appreciate you, WQ. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, having a mentor is definitely gonna. That's the thing. Okay, really good question. Not a good question, but really good thing you brought up. Mentors, all right. Mentors is the same thing. If you just type, all right, you just type on YouTube this trading. Okay, there's gonna be this one, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. These are what we call mainstream. If something's mainstream, the masses are there. There may be, you know, these guys are recognized for easy, for beginners, for get into this business model. You could make this amount of money. You could have this car. But really, if you're trying to find a mentor, you should be digging a whole lot more than just trading. You know, you should be literally taking months and months into finding one guy or one guy in the shadow that nobody actually sees the value in him, because to see the value of a guy really that truly gives gold, you need to be traumatized, and you need to basically understand that everything that you've ever learned was not necessarily the best approach. I never understand this edge word, what that really means behind native English. Okay, edge is basically like having an overall advantage over the market. You know? So if you have an advantage over the market, like knowing that all the people are using a certain way to enter, and they tell that they have an advantage when in reality the P&L doesn't show it, if you're doing the same thing, you're most likely not going to have that advantage also. Can you tell? Oh yeah, I'm going to look at the Discord. Trust me, bro. Sorry, Queen. Can you tell us more about the Tradeify promotional discount on accounts using code AMOS? I hear it ends tomorrow. Ricky with the Yo, Ricky with the shout out, bro. I appreciate you, man. Yo, right now there's a big discount. Just shameless plug right here. Big discount using code AMOS on Tradeify. On accounts called Lightning. These are the accounts that I use because I don't want to pass any evals. I really think evals are something that build really bad habits into a trader, and you don't take them really seriously. I rather pay a little bit more upfront, knowing that I'm gonna pass that eval, go straight to funded basically, and immediately be on the road to get my first payout from the first trade that I take. Shameless plug. Shout out to Ricky. What a fucking G, bro. So code AMOS for the highest discount, and also join the Tradeify Cup with code AMOS. That's shameless plug, but I had to do it, bro. Ricky just brought it up. Oh God, it wasn't. Appreciate you, bro. I found AMOS when he had like 2,000 followers on Twitter, and that was the luckiest encounter of my career. Appreciate you, bro. You come a long way, VIP. Man, and I'm telling you also one thing. I've had a Discord for a while, and I've encountered many people who first had the drive to trading, first wanted to learn, but understood stuff after a while that made them either disappear, or I also encountered some people with incredible discipline and work ethic and drive to get better. So there's going to be a lot of people to your right, to your left. So also finding people that are going to be helping you towards your dream or towards your mission is extremely important. Let's say me, I had my brother, but this is why communities are so important. That's what I will say. I'm talking like this because there's two guys in my chat right now, Holler, Zelia X, also Ricky. Like there are some people out there who are like who I truly like respect in terms of work ethic and in terms of how dedicated they are towards the craft. And man, try to find those people also. Don't try to just find a mentor and go on your own. I really think the worst thing you could do is be that lone wolf. Being a lone wolf is such a dumb thing you could do. Just find yourself some people who you could be accountable to, learn with, come up with other strategies. This is like I said, this is the best moment to be a profitable trader and easiest moment to be a profitable trader. So shout out to those guys. Shout out to all the people who are really dedicated and on the path to becoming a good trader. And you see it that's really the main difference. You see it in their approach when they're talking to me. I know someone who's actually about it when he's never trying to blame the strategy for not working. He's always trying to blame either himself or his overall approach or something that is not necessarily that is their fault. And when you see those kind of people, you're like, okay, they're thinking the smart way. If you start blaming this and it's statistics, you're not gonna win all the time. But something that is in common is with someone who's gonna make money and someone, let's say, who's really driven by trading, is the fact that he's always gonna blame himself rather than trying to find the problem with the strategy, let's say. You're trying to go, let's say, first thing, did I do the right stuff? Did I respect the plan perfectly? If I didn't, then don't even talk about the strategy first. Do you still use the 50-minute for value gap strat or other ones? Because I've seen some other types of trades that you took. Yeah, I take a lot of different type of trades. I'm not gonna lie. I have multiple strategies. I mix them up together sometimes depending on if it's a good trade for me, if it's A plus, if it has a lot of confluences. You get that with time, I would say, but definitely still look at it, still look at those bounces, still look at ways to potentially make it better. But is it something that will take all the time just blindly with my eyes closed? No. But good question you asked. Do you think order flow volume profile knowledge helps you lose basically not make you afraid in positions and close it quick? I think, yeah, I would say if you're willing to trade order flow, make sure you find a mentor that trades order flow and have a proven track record with order flow, because this could totally screw you over with everything that you've ever learned. Because this is a big learning curve, I would say. Order flow is a big learning curve, and don't think it's easy. Like, make sure that if you find a mentor that trades order flow, he's putting all his eggs on the TPO chart and on his overall understanding of where price is going to go on the higher time frame. If he's just talking to you about the footprint chart and his executions and stuff, and not making you understand why price has 55% chances of going to this high here, he don't understand shit, in my opinion. Yo, watch out. There's so many fake accounts of mine on Discord, so I have it in my bio. I literally have it in my bio on Discord. My bio on Discord is I will never DM you. If you see a DM or a friend request, it's not me. I don't have. I can't do any giveaways today. It will be not next stream, but next week. I'll start back with the growth giveaways. Any other questions? How much time have we been in this? In this right here. Wait. Filters. Yo, is my voice okay? My voice is good. All right. At least they promote your code. Oh god. Oh god. All right. All right. So is there any tax on futures trading in Dubai? No. No tax. I don't live in Dubai, but I know there's no tax there. All right. So no trades for me inside this session. Unfortunately, I don't see anything that is clear until we reach 42 here, or reach either 188, 182 here. So this buy side liquidity level on this 15. If you go on this 15, this high, this low, I need to see a sweep and get out of this accumulation range, because I do not want to trade inside an accumulation. So this was it. Back-to-back streams, one on Tradeify TV, one on my Amos PFT account on YouTube. I appreciate y'all so fucking much for showing up, and this was a hell of a stream. I'm not gonna lie, talking about psychology stuff and overall approach on things. Appreciate y'all again. I'll be there tomorrow at the same exact time on Tradeify TV, on YouTube also. So if you guys want to join in, unfortunately no giveaways, but there will be giveaway starting on November 1st, and I will make sure I have one account to give away every single time. So again, much love guys, and I